Here we are. It is time for streaming fun. More stocks, more tickers, more good stuff. I hope y'all had an amazing day yesterday. Really hope that everybody stayed green out there. I know my portfolios did just fine, even though the market went red. So no qualms, no quarries from me on that. Pretty happy about where we're going. Massive follows yesterday, so I was pretty pumped about that. Mrs. Millennial was right. That's true. She was. I will let her know. She will greatly appreciate that. She loves to be told you were right, honey. So I'm sure she will love that. Um, Today, guys, I am going to be taking a look at some new stuff. I will have the notepad up, so if you guys have tickers you want me to take a look at, just let me know. Yeah, if you guys have tickers that you want me to take a look at, as always, just throw them in chat. Happy to take a look at them. Camera still seems to be working, so fingers crossed that doesn't change. Hopefully we continue to see that go well. I am doing really well. Pre-market, taking a look at where the portfolio is pre-market, and Mara's up 574. ACRX is up a little bit over yesterday. Not quite 140, but up a little bit over yesterday's dip. Waiters in the green, so I'm happy about that. The big one for me is this SHG. It's now 130 pre-market here. 130 pre-market from a 108 entry. This is the one that I've been back and forth, into, out of, into, out of. What's up, Shadow Trade? What's up, C Cobbler? How you guys doing? I am just getting things set up and ready to go. Marbles is queued up, so you guys hit exclamation mark play. You can get into that. PNG is up a little bit over yesterday, guys. It's a couple pennies there, but you know, a couple pennies with a small stock like this. GXO, what's up? What's up? What's up? Marcus in the house. People love. How's it going? How's it going? I'm just gonna head over to StockBits real quick and post this. Wish there was a way that I could automate this posting so I didn't have to go in here and do it manually every day, but we'll see what we will see. .tv motivator. Okay, perfect. That's all set up. Post that. You know what? I gotta grab a coffee, so I'll go ask her. But let's pull up Marby's here. Let's pull up Marby's. I'm going to join in here. You guys hit exclamation mark play. I will go ask my wife and daughter what they think on today, okay? I'll be right back.
Morning, Millennial.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I spoke to the Oracle. The little Oracle said she thinks it's going to be green because green means up, and she wants it to go up, up, up. So the little one has predicted that we are seeing a green day today. Hooray!
I had a something to insert there, but since you're talking about the little one, I can't.
Ha ha ha. All right. And starting this race in 10, 9,
Oh
8.
no.
I can't stop
Too
the timer.
late.
Can't stop it.
Oh well. That's okay.
Remember, guys, you win, you get. That's Stoby. It's play. Remember, guys, if you win, you get to pick the ticker of the morning, whatever we're watching heading into market today. I will be doing some airline investigation. I did find another Canadian stock that is in the airline sector, so I will be doing some inquiries into that as far as its forecast, what it's looking at on recovery, what its plan is as a company. It has not recovered. Holy chainmail, buddy! You can't do that. That's not how this works. Man, oh man, look at this. This is just a big old. This feels a bit
Is,
redonkulous.
is this the spiral to our demise?
I'm wondering. I'm wondering who dies here. Like how far. Okay, so
I
this
think I can go
seems.
get coffee and then
Oh yeah, it depends on which side of this pipe you come out of here, guys.
you either get yeeted or you
Yeah,
win.
yeah. If you take the wrong pipe, you get evicted into death. We're gonna have a little bit of a watch time here on this, but Gazunkas with the Gazunkas,
The
crushing it.
toilet bowl of 2020. That's what this is.
That's exactly what this is. Guys, as always, if you have tickers you want me to take a look at, we're going to do that again today. My wife and kids are out today, so I don't need to head off for lunch. I'm going to be streaming as long as I can before I get bored. Not that you guys are boring, but the market tends to get a little boring around 1 o'clock. So unless there's something crazy. We did have the ACRX presentation yesterday. The interesting thing with that was Vince, Mr. Vince, was not there. The chief medical officer did the presentation. Yeah, ain't no problem. Gazunka still has you though, man. You're in second right now. It's gonna be tight. It's really gonna come down to whoever can get that pipe the right way. You could do this whole race and just get the wrong pipe at the bottom, and it's all done. So we'll see. May the odds be ever in your favor here. We're about halfway down this pipe. Guys, do me a favor, as always, if you guys can tweet this out, share this out into your social media, let people know this is where you are and hanging out for the day. I greatly appreciate that. If you're not already followed and subscribed, do that. Wherever you may be watching, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, you name it. Wherever you're watching it. Like, follow, subscribe so that you can see this again in the future. Let's go back here. Where'd everybody go? There they are. Haha. Good morning, good morning, good morning, Sovereign Shadows. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
So Millennial, I couldn't pass that up yesterday, and I sold those Mara puts. So I'm essentially long Mara at $5.
That's easy money.
I mean, like either way, yes, I do cap my upside, but like 18-20% on. Actually, no, it's more than that. Hang on, what's the percentage of that thing? So that is about. Yeah, 18%. So about 18% for $1,000, somewhat of $1,000 risk, but it's. I will admit I don't think Bitcoin's ever going to leave, but I just can't see it being super mainstream. So or without some sort of manipulation or control factor that governments have, but I do see it constantly being like an annoyance to that system. So anytime there is fear or uncertainty with it, I think even if I was to have to hold this at $5 a piece, I could sell the options on it, especially when like the big hype talk about it is there. The IV alone will basically make up any sort of potential profits that I missed out on, or opportunity time costs that I miss out on.
Yeah, I mean, the way that I see it is, I don't see any way that it doesn't go to 20K. I think it just goes there. Well, folks, That entire race, Gazunka's had the lead, and now she'd be down. Now she'd be dead. Nobody's hitting this. Oh, Peepo! Peepo sneaks the shot off the backboard and wins! Peepo! Peepo's a genius at this, man. Just keeps crushing it. Steelman, what's up, what's up, what's up? Yeah, guys, with Mara, for me, it's, do I see Bitcoin breaking 20,000? Yes. Yes. That's it. That's all it is. I see Bitcoin breaking 20,000. It's 19.4 right now.
Did he do a hat trick?
Yeah, that's his third win in 2 weeks. He is just all over it.
Yeah.
Which expiry did you take their redemption?
I know that
30-day
question.
one.
Which one?
Take a guess, millennial.
Sorry, which one? What are we doing?
Take a guess what expiry I did. You know which one. You should know.
I have no idea.
I'm going to guess March.
April?
January.
January 21.
Oh, you degenerate. Oh, no way.
Yep.
Okay, well, there it is. Rigged, you're leaving. Well, we'll miss you, Gazunkas. Thank you for the follow, though. Much appreciated. You're always welcome to come back anytime you want. I'd rather you stay, but I understand after getting cut to that last second after leading the entire time. I feel for you, man. I do. Steelman. I mean, I don't know what people's doing. I don't know how people hacks the system, but he keeps winning. So, yo, people, I need a ticker, buddy.
The premium that you get from the 30-day is a lot higher than what you get averaged out on the 90-day. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm just going to take the 30-day.
Right. I think it was like anywhere between 80 to 90 bucks.
Yeah, I was like, I got 92s. So I got about a 18% return
on the equity.
Or sorry, 18. Yeah. Sorry, not return. 18%
cost basis down.
reduction. Yeah, reduction in cost basis.
So there's Bitcoin, guys. 19,400. We're there. It keeps going. It fell from this last week. I think what we see happen over the rest of this week here, guys, is Biden is going to. People are waking up and going, "Yay, Biden's the president!" And then they're also getting the news, "Yay, New York is going into complete lockdown." Oh wait, we still have COVID. Oh wait, the entire country is still in a massive crisis. I think the country's going to wake up throughout the week and realize that Biden being where he is means jack shit.
Did you see what Don Cuomo enacted? I think it was recently, where he was adding a flat $3 tax to all delivery.
Yeah, Cuomo's a scumbag, and I want nothing to do with him.
It's great for the delivery companies in New York, but I don't think anybody's gonna order shit.
I'm trying to think if I have ever bought a Chinese company. I don't think so.
Baba.
Oh, Baba. I stand corrected. I am in Baba. I do have Baba Leaps.
All right, gentlemen. I'm about to get my free stocks from Webull. What do you think I'm going to get? I get 2 of them for the deposit ones.
I'm going to say you get one that's under $10, probably like Cody or GoPro or something. And then I'm going to say you get one random company we've never heard of with a market cap below 10 million.
Okay. Yeah. What's your bet, Millennial?
I don't know. I hope they give you Neo. De Blasio is worse than Cuomo. De Blasio, yeah. I mean, the thing that got with De Blasio is he's only responsible for the city. Cuomo screws the whole state. Cuomo thinks he's the mayor of New York, even though he's responsible for the entire state, and he leaves upstate New York essentially screwed, like they don't exist. While de Blasio has made some poor decisions for New York City proper, Cuomo, if it doesn't affect New York City, he's not paying attention to it. And the small town America in upstate New York is dying. It's absolutely dying because he's placing statewide restrictions that don't necessarily need to be placed on border towns. upstate New York, like Watertown. Like it just doesn't need to happen. Yeah, I don't know, people. You won again. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. So congratulations. Give me a ticker.
I got Zynga and AGI. Oh my god.
Zynga's not bad. Okay. Zynga's not bad.
Okay, so hold on. So Redemption, you were right. At least one was under $10. That was correct. Let's find out what the market cap on both were. That's still horrible.
Alamo Gold.
I'm in gold, boys. I'm in gold.
Yeah, there is no way in hell Cuomo ever makes it to U.S. president. Not possible. No way. There is no way he makes it to president. No, not possible.
Man, I hate.
Can I not look at the market cap of AGI?
Millennial, I hate deceptive writing like this.
Like what?
So basically, this person I know has kept quiet for the most part, but he posted this thing from Tenet saying that still have to watch this film a few more times to grasp it completely. 2009 revenue, $4 billion for Warner Bros. Global box office, $20 billion for Netflix global subscribers. I'm sitting here thinking, wait a second. I looked it up and Tenet's box office was 360 million, not even close to. So he's basically trying to say that the film that gave them, I guess, 10% revenue, which isn't like that bad considering what happened, but it had no competition and everything. It's just like, it's so triggering. He's talking about the entire production company making $4 billion because of this one movie. It's just, I fucking hate it.
For me, I suspect that as movie theaters open up, we will see that trickle of blockbusters that's already in the pipeline. But expect to see, after we get through the blockbusters that have already been made, you're going to see a lot of horror movies and rom-coms. Because they are cheap to make and produce profit. You will see a shit ton of horror movies and rom-coms hitting theaters over the next 2 years. It's going to happen. Redemption can tell you, anybody that's worked in the entertainment industry, horror movies, studios love. Because they literally cost a tenth of any regular production, and they make about the same amount of money. There's a reason why films like The Purge, Saw, like
Killer
Saw
Clown.
was Killer Clowns, It,
The Room.
They're just so cheap. They're so cheap to make. Blair Witch, yep, all of those. Paranormal Activity, like Paranormal Activity, most of it was shot on a crappy camera. Like it. All of these things, guys. I'm not gonna. I Spit on a Grave is softcore porn. Millennial Motivator, the movie, coming soon. Depending on how my portfolio performs, it may be a horror story.
Evil Dead.
Oh, the Evil Dead. If you guys have never watched Sam Raimi's Evil Dead movies, please go watch it. There's 4 Insidious movies now. I've seen 2. I'm a huge horror movie fan, guys. My wife does not like watching them. My kids are not old enough to watch them, but I am a huge horror movie fan. And like, the cheesier, the better, right? Like, give me some Sid Haig classic, like cheesy B-roll horror movie, and I'm in. Like, give me a bucket of popcorn. I will sit there and enjoy the cheese all day long.
Right, and was it like The Nun and Sinister, weren't they kind of spin-offs of the Insidious world?
The original Chucky, Jacob. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The original Child's Plays, yes. So Child's Play 1 and 2, yes. Everything after that until The Bride of Chucky, no. And then I like The Bride of Chucky. I didn't like Seed of Chucky. And then the latest one that they did, where he was just like it was a software that was set to be malicious. That was the worst reboot of a franchise I've ever seen. By getting, I don't know why Hollywood keeps doing that, of like trying to get rid of the paranormal side of things. Fantastic Four is another excellent example where they refuse to do Doctor Doom as like a sorcerer of any kind, which is what the comics was all about. His dad was super techie, his mom was a witch, and those two came together to make Doctor Doom what he was. They have yet to do that once.
Maybe it's super offensive to the Intergalactic Federation.
I don't. You know what? Aliens. Screw you. This is my planet. Original It or new It? Both. Tim Curry was fantastic with what they had to work with back then. Tim Curry did a great job. But the new It movies were really on point. And I'm gonna say like the the redhead girl in the original in the first, not in the original movie, sorry, in the reboot in that first one was amazing. Was really really good. She played that role damn near perfect. I was very very impressed with her. Drag Me to Hell was a good one. That's the one with the curse, the gypsy curse. Leprechaun in Space or in the Hood. Okay, so
In the Hood.
for the movie as a whole, Leprechaun in the Hood. But one of my all-time favorite kills in a horror movie is in Leprechaun in Space. Because they kill him at the start of the movie, right? They kill the leprechaun at the start of the movie. All the space soldiers, like they shoot him dead, and his corpse is sitting on the ground. And one of the soldiers goes over to his corpse and pisses on the leprechaun's corpse. And the leprechaun goes up through the piss into the soldier. And like 5 minutes later, he's trying to sleep with a space babe because they're celebrating. And the leprechaun bursts out of his crotch and kills the guy. It's one of my all-time favorite kills. No, it's in the first 20 minutes of the movie.
The Cube is a great, cheap psychological horror movie. I don't like the other iterations of it, but that was a really cheap, good movie.
The original one was pretty good. One that gets really played down, guys, and people either love this one or they hate it, but The Cell. I don't know if you've seen The Cell with Jennifer Lopez or not, but like if you like that psychological kind of horror, it was sick and twisted. She like plugs into a serial killer's mind, and as she goes deeper and deeper and deeper, she gets like sucked into his paranoias and starts to become part of the process. The Cell was an amazing movie, really really well done. That gets not enough hype.
Have you seen The Haunting of Hill House?
Yeah, that didn't really do it for like that. I mean.
No, but there's one scene that I will swear is the worst jump scare scene that I've ever experienced. Is when, remember, they were driving in the car, the sisters were arguing, and then the other sister jumped out in front of them or in between them and yelled.
The cat is the one that always gets me, and
Which
it's
one?
Not any cat. Any cat in every movie. They always get me. Alien. Alien's not even a horror movie. Well, I mean, the original one, you can make the argument it is. But that original Alien movie, when she's in the like back storage room just kind of looking around and the cat jumps out, I knew the cat was freaking there. I knew it was going to happen. It was the perfect time for a jump crap and I still like crap my pants. A cat. That's what I love. I mean, I do love the genre, guys. I think it's... I know a lot of people are like, horror movies, they're garbage. Yeah, okay. I mean, to each their own.
I'm with you, Millennial. Any horror movie, I will love to watch. And I'm so glad my wife is the same way.
Hello, little miss. Hi. How are you today? Do you want to say hi to everybody? Look in the camera. Home Alone is the scariest movie I've seen. As a father, I can concur. I feel so bad for those two guys. Okay, so sweetie, do you think the stock market goes up or down? A lot up or a little up? Up, up, up?
Yeah.
Okay, so big, big, big green day. Okay, green like a Christmas tree? Okay. Which do you like better?
I don't want a Christmas tree.
Tesla or ACRX? Oh, out you go. Go. I love you. Goodbye. Go tell mommy you said Tesla. Little stinker. What a stinker. Oh, I love her though. I love her. All right. Now, Mrs. Millennial was right yesterday. The market did go red, so they're batting 1 for 1 on the week so far. Yeah, she takes after her mama for sure. She's trouble. So, guys, same thing as yesterday. I'm gonna stick around a little longer today. My wife and kids are out for the day, so I don't have to stop for lunch. I'm gonna run the stream a little bit longer. If you guys have tickers you want me to take a look at, just let me know. I'll pop them into the notepad, and I will make a point to go through each of your tickers that you throw out that you want me to take a look at. We are going to look at a new stock that I found. It's a Canadian stock, but it prints chips for aviation and aerospace. It has not recovered since COVID. I think as we go into stimulus and we go into the next year, as aviation recovers, I think there's a lot of opportunity there. That all-in ACB is actually going to get banned, guys. So enjoy it while you can. That logo is being pulled. Stocky made the announcement yesterday that Twitch has made him aware that that is being pulled. So I will be taking a look at another Canadian ticker, guys. It's going to be a play into aviation recovery. Obviously, you guys are going to hate on it at first, and that's okay. I am still watching for Primo to go back into play. When it does, I will be there. But FTG is the stock, guys. If you look at it over last year, it fell from 435 to 215. I think that this recovery is possible headed into stimulus. So why did you choose Mara over Riot for your Bitcoin play? Okay, I chose Mara because Mara has purchased 20,000 new miners that it's going to have installed by September of next year. Riot is not doing that kind of infrastructure spending. Can I take a look at AMC and BBY? Yeah, I can throw those in there for sure. All in Afria. I know Stocky's bullish on Afria. I am not. I reserve judgment until the Senate is decided. E-girls are still allowed, though, I guess. So, yeah, Fear and Tech Group is the one that I'm looking at for the aviation. So we'll do a breakdown on that. I'll do some deep diving on that today. If you have any thoughts on WHR, we can take a look at that. I'll add it to the list. I'm going to go back to the big sheet here as the market opens so we can watch GoCo. People love you. Always bring us the oddest stocks. What is GoCo? TTD, I can take a look at this. ACRX is taking hits. It can take hits. I am so confident, especially with New York State locking down again. I am super confident about my position in ACRX. They just closed out their last offering on file. They've got lots of cash in hand. They are doing just fine. TTD is GoCo is a Medicare play with Biden ties. Okay, interesting. I'm not opposed to that. Actually, I can throw GoCo on this list so I can take a look at it then. Primo, yeah, PRMO, I can do a look at that. Definitely take a look at that. 93 of you up in here. What's up? How is everybody doing? Did I get posted by Stocky or something? Is this just you guys coming to hang out with me? What do I like so much about ACRX? Opioid shortage across the states, military contracts, FDA approval already in hand. They're reducing the cost of production on their drug by 60%. They have not only their own internal sales team, but they have they've got Zimmer Biomet, which is one of the largest sales teams in the U.S. And we have La Jolla also selling their drug for them. Yep. The DoD orders are coming in. It's a question of when, and I know that's hard, right? I know that's hard. Oh, you posted me in Stocky Discord. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, I saw that. They're banning all in ACB. I was telling people to go ahead and use that. Okay. Bell is off and GoCo is up. GoCo wins. Man, if I could get in pre-market, people, you're doing a great job. Every day you give us something that's popping a little bit here. Let's see. Portfolio is up. Canadian portfolio, I'm up 10% on now. Not bad. Mara is up. Waiter is up. ACRX is down another $100. Still green. I'm up 1.5% on the day. Well, yeah, they send him a message inside of this thing for sure. So big sheet here. GoCo, it looks like it's keeping these. It's keeping these gains. I'm going to be 2 seconds, guys. I will be right back. If you have tickers you want me to look at, put them in chat. We're going to break them down. We'll go through them all, okay? Okay. GHIV. Yeah, I've got that there. ADA. Yeah, we can take a look at ADA. Where is Bitcoin sitting right now? Bitcoin is sitting at 9.3, so that's good. Options portfolio is up 2%. Let's see what's going up on that right now. Mara's up a little bit. DGLY is up nicely. Coke, I'm up 35 bucks since yesterday, so that's good. I think Coke's a good long-term hold. That's a solid leap. No. How do you get in pre-market? You do a... I'll show you. I won't actually make the order, but this, I go into buy, and then I would go to type duration of order, and you'll see day plus EXT. Oh, you can't see that screen. Hold on. So this is my order window. See if I can stretch this out, make it a little bit bigger. No, it's not going to do anything. Okay. But you've got your buy, sell, you've got the ticker that you want, you've got the quantity, price type, so limit, market, stop limit, whatever. And then you've got your order amount followed by your duration. So day plus EXT is how I can place pre-market orders. I don't think it's too late to squeeze Apple. I don't. Apple's just going to do really well through Q4. New iPhones, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think it's going to do well. Baba is sinking.
Yeah, I'm not liking that one. It's encroaching my stop.
It's up $1.40. Like it's down $1.50, $1.60. I'm honestly not concerned about Baba, guys, because the play that I have on Baba is into February. It's into their next earnings. Baba is going to freaking crush it. To all you new people that are following the channel, thank you so much, guys. I greatly appreciate that. What's the difference between Coke and KO? I couldn't tell you. I'm in KO. I don't know what Coke is. What's Coke?
KO.
No. What's Coca-Cola Consolidated. Yeah. I don't know what Coke is. I always know that KO is.
One is the bottling aspect. The other one is just the product aspect.
Quad witching, yeah, we can definitely talk quad witching before I get into each individual ticker. So with quad witching, guys, everything's closing down. People close up shop. And this is a particularly bad quad witching because this is a quad witching in December where people are already getting ready to close down shop for the year. So expect there to be an exodus in a serious way. Which, depending on how you sort your portfolio, if you guys are utter degens playing weeklies all the time, that this is something of note. You need to take note of this in a big way. You've got your December monthlies kind of doing it. So if you guys play monthlies even, you got to take note of that. For me, guys, most of the portfolio is locked in equity. My options portfolio, I've kind of just given up on. It's there. It does what it does, and it either makes money or it doesn't. I started with 500 bucks in there at the start of the year. If it was 500 bucks that I was willing to completely lose just to see if I could figure out options. Lost the portfolio down to about 100 bucks. It's back up now to, where's it at today? Just over 3,000. So like it's over $3,000. Whatever it does, it does. But as far as options plays go, typically I'm playing further out. Okay. So for me, I'm typically playing further out. I've got leaps, 5 of them now into January 2022. I've got some plays for February on earnings. So Hill, DGLY, Baba on their earnings. Gap into March, that's on their earnings as well. Kodak into June. I think that stimulus will happen by then with Biden in office, and we'll see Kodak actually get that loan. It should rise up, and this will make me a decent chunk of change. But yeah, typically I'm playing my options really, really far out. So for me, it's kind of a lock it and leave it that I've got with that. As far as my equity goes, guys, these plays are long-term plays. I'm not looking to make a quick buck or a quick in and out on it, right? I'm looking to take gains. Now, with that being said, today on Mara, I may exit. I'm not sold one way or the other yet, but I might exit on Mara today, given that Wednesdays we continue to see Bitcoin take a bit of a dip. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see where Bitcoin finishes the day. I am still very bullish on Mara, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with it. So we'll wait and see on that. But with that being said, guys, quad witching, you have to be aware. Mara is a heaping pile of dog poo poo. That's solid due diligence, Cozy Boy. You and I just disagree. Short every Mara pump. Yeah, I went the other way with it. I'm up. I made about $1,000 on it last month. I'm up another 1,000, 1,100 today on it. Well, 1,100 right now on my position on it. With Bitcoin heading to 20K, I'm green on it, playing it to the bull side. So I'm happier playing it to the bull side than the short side. With them picking up 20,000 new miners over the next 9 months, as well as Bitcoin seriously looking like it's going to make a play for over 20K by January. I think Mara stands to just run. So there's money to be made both ways for sure. There's definitely money to be made both ways. But for me, I'm bullish on Mara. SHG is up another 8% today. Holy cow, this thing. It just keeps going. It just keeps going, Redemption. I'm now $2,000 on it. It just keeps going. It doesn't stop. Crazy. Just crazy. Love it. All right, let's start to break down some of these tickers that you guys want me to look at here. As always, guys, if you want to see what's going on in the portfolio, you can check it out over on TipRanks. There. Did that go in? That didn't go in? No. Portfolio. There we go. Okay. You guys should be able to check out my portfolio over on TipRanks there, see what I'm doing, what ins and outs I am taking. Let's pop in here to Seeking Alpha. And first ticker that we're taking a look at is AMC. What's going on with AMC? So for those of you who don't know, the movie theater business is dying. It's just dying. Over the last 5 days, this is AMC's chart from $4 back down to $3. AMC is going to continue to slide because it has no hope. It only has cash stores to last into mid-January. It already has 3 investor companies saying that they will support the company through bankruptcy, but it has to file bankruptcy immediately. So they have till the end of December to make a decision, I believe, on that. I expect an AMC bankruptcy declaration shortly, very shortly. So I'm definitely watching that. Huge shout out to all the new follows, by the way, guys. There's a bunch of them in there I see popping in, so thank you for that. AMC will resort to selling $15 popcorn at Denny's. AMC's done. AMC's done. Cinemark, I see the ability to survive through this thing, but AMC is screwed. There is no recovery for AMC. I think it goes into bankruptcy. I think everybody just rips it apart like a bunch of savages, and I think AMC should be down around $1 now. Do my puts on AMC pay out? Well, it's got until the 18th. I've got till the end of the week for this to fall to 250. I don't know that that's going to happen, but we'll see. It depends on what the terms of the cash are, but rest assured, there has been a lot of conversation about privatization of AMC. Cineplex, I'm not going to play Canadian theaters. There's not enough of a market. There's not enough of a market, in my opinion. That's a big one for me. Where when you look at a company that's tied directly to the Canadian market, they're not tied to other global markets. Most of the Canadian stocks that I've played operate globally. So WPRT, we're waiting on a China deal. They've got an Egypt deal. They've got an India deal. They've got a Europe deal, right? Like I'm looking at the Canadian companies that are operating globally because the Canadian market is a joke. If it operates just in Canada, there's no point. 30 million people is not enough. It's not enough. Yeah, Cinemark is up. Just trying to see what else we got here. Okay, so yeah, AMC guys, that's my play on it. Is that HBO has killed this with the news that it's essentially just going to put things available to people at home. You don't need to go to the movie theaters for the next year. And I mean, with big states like California and New York locking down again, that all but assures AMC's demise. So that's where I am on that. Next up, we've got Best Buy, guys. Okay, a lot of people asking about stocks like Best Buy. Is now a good time? What about Amazon? What about Baba? They're down. Aren't you worried? Aren't you concerned? I am not. Guys, this is Q4. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. What are people buying? Look at what the SPY is made up of. It's a tech heavy freaking market. People buy tech. That's what we do in North America. Our goodies and our toys are tech. Where do you go to buy your goodies? Best Buy. It's Best Buy. So, I mean, right now it's at 102. Okay. Where do I see it going? Could it go back up to 125 on its earnings? Absolutely. Absolutely, it could. I do not doubt that in the least. So for me, Best Buy, in my opinion, I'm very bullish on it. 125 through earnings, I think, is extremely reasonable. So if you're looking at April or June, then April or June for Best Buy would be probably where I would be aiming on it. Unless you're looking to take a leap on it, in which case 125 is still a great bet. That's my thoughts on Best Buy. WHR is next. Whirlpool. Mattel, yeah, I can definitely add Mattel to the list. Okay, Whirlpool. Whirlpool makes appliances. I'm not big on this. While Christmas time is a great time of year for gifts and whatnot, I don't know many men here that would go out and buy their wife a dishwasher for Christmas. You know what I mean? It doesn't really strike me as the
Here, babe, I got you a vacuum.
Yeah, like here's a vacuum cleaner, here's a dishwasher, here's a washer and dryer. I got you a stove for Christmas. You know, like I don't see it. I see a couch in your future if this is what you're playing. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan on Whirlpool. I know that JP Morgan likes it. I don't. People stuck at home upgrading appliances. Are they though? They're broke. People that are stuck at home are broke. I mean, are we counting the stimulus check as going towards a new? Honestly, guys, let's do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll. Poll time. New poll. Stimulus check goes to pot and booze, tech.
I mean, are you assuming we're getting a stimulus check?
Well, yes. Tech or new appliances. Go ahead, vote. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and vote. Poll is in. I want to know what you think. You guys let me know. What do you think? Are we getting appliances? Are we getting tech? Are we getting booze and pot?
Oh, you missed one. Robin Hood.
I'm not. No, I refuse. I will not.
But you know that's the truth.
But Whirlpool at 200. None of the above. Taxes from last year. What do you mean new appliances? Washer, dryer, stove, fridge, anything that Whirlpool sells. With that being said, though, guys, we're going to move over to ACRX and next ticker. I will let that poll finish up here. What's your entry on FTG? I have not taken an entry on FTG. I have not done the due diligence on it yet, so I will do that today on stream. I have not done a breakdown of FTG yet. It is appealing to me. I like what it's doing, but I have not taken an entry. Tech wins by 65%, 20 votes. Pot and booze is next. New appliances is 1 vote. So I think that's fairly indicative. There were a bunch of people that said none of the above. They were going to pay off taxes, et cetera, et cetera. So other probably had a few more votes than appliances as well. So that's kind of where I stand on it. ACRX, guys. ACRX is a long-term play. I know people that are like, well, it's down on the day. What are we going to do? It's not doing what I want it to. If you guys were expecting this to be a day play, it's not a day play. It never has been. I've been holding this thing since what? November? December? I've been on. I mean, No, not that far back. Well, yeah, my re-entry was in November. That's fair. My re-entry was in November, but I had this before that at March, and just kept adding to it and kept adding to it. I did exit in October to move some money around and make more money elsewhere, and then come back into it. But honestly, guys, ACRX, it's just a military order. We're just waiting. That's it. It's a waiting game. It's not an if, but when. The army has committed to it. They're just waiting for the check from the government saying, go ahead and buy. On top of that, we don't know what the sales numbers look like right now, but there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot of sales, a lot of new hospitals, not a lot of new sales teams. Expect them to have their best quarter they've ever had through Q4. Opioid shortages through the roof. For me, the big news that they had, and let's see if I can find it here. It's not the perioperative data. That's not the one. I want the news about their pairing with announces Suvia's expanded access. Is this it? No, it's not this. No, that's not it. ACR. Ooh, smooth lag with that sweet tier 1 sub. Thank you so much, sir. Enjoy your icons. You got yourself the beaver, the waiter, and the pharma pig. ACRX. Let's go to their website, go to their news. Yep. Yeah, luxury tech. Sure, I could see that. Investors, news. This one. This is huge, guys. So what's happening right now, for those of you that are unaware, the big cities in the US are still having massive COVID outbreaks, right? In order for you to be on intubation of any kind, so you're on a respirator inside the hospital for your COVID, they also dose you with opioids while you're on that, and in cases where they can't find opioids, they're using catatonics. But they have run short of all of those. So right now, we've got a massive national shortage of opioids across the US. Which hospitals do you think are getting all of those opioids? Do you think it's the little guys out in the country that are getting the opioids, or is it the big motherfuckers in New York City, in LA, in Chicago, in Atlanta? It's obviously going to be the biggest hospitals with the biggest budgets that are buying up the opioids, right? Which leaves little guys in rural America screwed. There's nothing left for them, and they still have to treat people, right? And I'm not talking just people that are on respirators and ventilators. I'm talking people that have genuine issues like, oh, I took a bullet or I was in a car accident. They need opioids as well. Rural America cannot get access to them. ACRX announces back in December, and this kind of was just a blip in the radar. People didn't really grab onto this. And that was the big concern for me, is this is the National Rural Health Association. So this is a giant organization of 21,000 members across the US that works in rural healthcare. Okay. When we have a giant opioid shortage across the states, big cities are soaking up all the opioids, and we know that rural America still needs opioids. Who are they going to go to? Well, voila, partnership with National Rural Health Organization. On top of that, they've got Zimmer Biomed selling their drugs, La Jolla selling their drugs. I cannot speak highly enough about what this is going to mean for them. I think this is massive. Q4 will be the best sales quarter they've ever had. Hands down, bar none. So that's ACRX. That's my thought on ACRX. Which is better long term, ACRX or MBRX? Where's MBRX right now? MBRX has a quick chance to pop because they've yet to get FDA approval, so they could go to 15 on their first approval. They're not playing in opioids, so they're in a decent spot. Long term. So when you're talking long term, I4 Bear, what are you talking? Are you talking a year? Are you talking 5 years? Are you talking 10 years? Because I think that makes a big difference. At least a year. If it's a year, I like MBRX a lot. With ACRX, I see ACRX at 8 to 10. I see MBRX at 15. Now, why am I heavier into ACRX? Because I'm not sold that I'm going to sell when ACRX pops. because I think ACRX, as it continues to grow and sell, it starts to become first practice because hospitals realize how much money they're saving. And there's no reason why in 2 to 3 years, ACRX couldn't be up at 20, $25 a share. So I'm willing to take what I've got right now and just hold it long term, hold it 2 or 3 years. But I'm not sold on that. I don't know specifically what I'm doing. I'll know when I get there. The roadmap is kind of all over the place with it. So we will wait and we will see. But yeah, I'm at an 8 to 10 on ACRX in the next year. Hopefully that helps. I know that's a little muddy. It's not a clear, concise answer, but that's kind of what you get when you trade this stuff. Is like there's no set in stone. Who knows what it's going to do day by day. All right, next up, TTD. Did I get an Abcelera? No, I liked Abcelera at $20. Abcelera at 80 or whatever ridiculous number it ran to, I did not like. So I did not get into TTD, the trade desk. What is this? Trade Desk operates a tech company in the United States. Company operates a self-service cloud-based platform that allows buyers to create, manage, and optimize data-driven digital advertising. Digital advertising is a great sector to be in. I think there are probably more affordable stocks to get into in regards to advertising over the next year and a half, 2 years. But there are companies with massive ad budgets that did not get spent this year that are going to get spent like crazy. So I think that Trade Desk is a really solid look heading into next year. It will continue to be a beast. People got to spend. People got to spend. Advertising is a reality. People got to spend. Especially coming out of COVID, there's going to be advertising aplenty. There's no reason not to be bullish on this. Could it go to 1,000? Absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing that I would watch for is maybe there's a split coming and you could get in on a split. For me, at $900 like this, when companies start to approach this 1,000 mark, I think they start to consider a split very seriously. So, yeah, that's my thought on TTD. GOCO, GOCO. So this was the one that people love was looking at this morning. It did go up pre-market. Health insurance. Okay, so this is on health insurance, depending on what Biden does with health insurance. And so this would be a play that you would have to bet on Biden getting Senate because the Senate is never going to do anything. The chat widget on the right is me pulling from my Restream feed. It is not the one designed by CM Griffin. This is pulling from my Restream feed. Restream was sponsor of the channel for a few months. I continue to use the tool to stay engaged with everybody. I did mean to ask you guys some questions. So when we get through this list, I'll go through this with you guys, but I'm looking to change the layout here a bit. It definitely needs some spit and polish here. So what would you guys like to see stay? Obviously, the Powered by Restream can go because they're no longer directly sponsoring the channel. I don't know if you guys actually want that chat window or not because it's like you get 2 chat windows. So do I just need the chat window so that I can talk to the people over on their platforms and you guys don't need to see it? In which case, what would you want to see on here? Do you want to see a watch list? Do you want to see a rolling ticker? Do you want to see a news feed? Do you want to see socials? We'll kind of do a breakdown on that later today. Tan is having a big day so far. Okay, Invesco Solar ETF TAN up 3.6. Yeah, it's up $3 on the day. On Biden, that makes sense. Can you do a current plays list? I think that would be a good idea. I just have to figure out how to pull that. And I'm a bit of a boomer, but I will write down a list of things that you guys suggest, and I'll try to figure that out after I turn the stream off today. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. I could definitely try current plays list. I think you guys have mentioned several times that this squished resolution on this box is a bit irritating to you. So I might look to expand this box. Largest institutional holdings of ACRX, is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to do that where if I create a watch list with one of the websites, there's a way to pull that as a feed and then have that populate directly into, like if I wanted to share my watch list. I wonder if I could do that with StockTwits actually. If there's a way to share your watch list. There's a way to edit your watch list, but I don't know about It's not a link. Not sure how to do that. Anyway, I'll figure that out. I can definitely figure out some kind of watch list to let you know what I'm in and what I'm holding. So let's see. Investors.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I passed up on this one, Millennial. Check this out.
Yeah, you can link it. No, the waiter hype's not gone. Everybody's just waiting around for a buyout. Everybody's waiting for the buyout information to come in. The hype is still that waiter is expecting a buyout. All right, what were you saying, Redemption?
Looking money voice. I skipped over this unconsciously yesterday, and then I came back at it and I was just like, wait a second.
What is it?
It's a investment management service that caters to institutions. 46% of assets under management, retail 38%, and private 16%. Clients, they provide client products that includes mutual funds, hedge funds, and separately managed accounts. At the end of October, they had about 601 billion managed assets. Blah blah, 52% of AUM, 36% equity. Blah blah blah. The company also provides sell-side research and brokerage services through its Sanford Bernstein subsidiary, though its ownership of 39% of AXA Equitable Holdings, the French insurer AXA, has broad influence over 65% of economic interest that AXA Equitable Holding in AB. So it's basically a holding company. But the thing I looked at was that they provide sell-side research, and what do we have coming up pretty soon?
No. It looks like it's a January entry though.
For the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, for AB. It looks like it's a January entry.
It says the buy date of 15. Theoretically today, but honestly, I think that honestly, I don't know how this does. I wish Rita was here so that we can do correlation analysis with TD's thing, because if this is actually opposite of SPY, that'd be very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. Its 10-year high is 40, and it's at 32. I'm not a fan. I'm not in on that one. Bug VF guys, this is a simple one. Primo. The plan on Primo is they've been approved to sell in Walmart. When a small company like this gets approved to sell in Walmart, it does well. That's the whole DD on that. Okay, ownership of ACRX, BlackRock, Vanguard, Morgan Stanley, Bridgeway, Bank of New York, Mellon Corp. All right. What does the insider buying look like? All of their directors bought in 6 months ago. I think this is comforting to me. Adrian Adams sold and then bought again, which is interesting. Vince is buying up more. Everybody's just buying. It's slow and steady. They know that the orders are coming. I am okay with that. What is a good price entry for Palantir? PLTR. I'll throw Adobe on the list. We're almost down to the end of the list anyway. Okay, so Adobe's down there. Okay, Palantir's 25.93 right now. I would say if you could get Palantir at 20, I would probably look at it at 20, in my opinion. Neo, I won't even look at. It's a piece of dog shit. I won't go near it. And kudos to all you guys that made money on Neo, by the way. Congrats, but I won't go near it. I've seen the empty lots in China. I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to go near it. Anybody who made money on Neo, congrats. I'm not sour at all. Great job. Good for you guys. Okay, GHIV, Gore's Holding. This is a SPAC? Yeah, it's a SPAC. United Wholesale Mortgage. Interesting. And this would be a play on the mortgage sector. So if you think people are going to be buying up homes. Now, there is a large amount of defaults, so there is a possibility of that in a wholesale market where banks just leverage into these wholesale sellers where they don't want to hold all this property. They'll sell it for whatever they can get for it. So there might be a play here, but on the 1 year, it's already close to its 52-week high. I don't know that I would. Yeah, no, I don't know that I would go further into this. Yeah. ADA. What is ADA? Is this a cryptocurrency? Any cryptocurrency, guys, that isn't Bitcoin, I don't care. If it's not the big player, I don't care. Mattel. So the play on Mattel, guys, is it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Citibank can like Hasbro over Mattel. I don't really care. My entry on Mattel was a few months back in October. Still holding through on it. Mattel is currently up about 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 bucks. So not even Ethereum, not Litecoin, not Dogecoin, not any of those. I don't. Bitcoin is the indicator for the entire sector. People watch Bitcoin to understand how cryptocurrency is doing. I still think, like myself, a lot of people in the market are not well educated on crypto, so we just look to Bitcoin to understand how things are doing. Not Ethereum, not Litecoin, not any of that crap. That's not saying there's not money to be made in Ethereum, but for me, I just don't look at other coins. It doesn't do me any good. And again, I'm not even trading Bitcoin, right? I'm not in Bitcoin proper. I'm in Mara. So,
I mean, you don't have to trade the coin. Just trade someone who you know is either very knowledgeable or very poorly researched into things.
yeah. So that's why I tried.
Trade the people.
That's exactly why I tried trade Mara, because their entire bankroll is dependent on Bitcoin. So for me, it makes it really easy. Of like, I know when Bitcoin goes up, Mara go up, right? So Bitcoin up to 19.4 today.
Just trade the people.
Mara up 4% today. So Bitcoin on the day is up 1.6.
Oh.
Mara's up 4.
No, I'm more of an advocate of you just trade the people. If that person's an idiot and they like go for, I guess, overnight, get rich overnight, quick, get rich quick, or you can tell how poorly they research stuff just by looking at their previous and the notes that they had and the timing of the notes. That's how you can earmark like whether this person's actually a good researcher or a bad researcher. But I would rather trade the people because I can guarantee I can find like 10 consistently bad people faster than I can find 10 consistently good people.
Yeah. So with Mattel, guys, Q4 typically performs really well for them. Headed into Q1 on their Q4 earnings. So they're already coming back towards that $20 line. I think if they break through 20, they could head for 30. I'm really happy about the position with that. So I'm going to leave that where it is. Not much to do with that other than they've got Baby Yoda, they've got Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman is going to do quite well at home. People are going to be watching it. They're going to love it. Little girls are going to want those toys. Hell, little boys are going to want those toys. I want a Wonder Woman toy. Shit, I don't know that I have a Wonder Woman on my shelf. I've got, no, I don't have a Wonder Woman. I've got a Green Lantern, and I got an Aquaman, and I got a Kid Flash, but I don't have... I guess I have a little, like, I've got a DC Bombshell Wonder Woman. Limited edition Bombshell Wonder Woman. Still in the wrapper and the packaging there. I just want Wonder Woman. I think she's married. Pretty sure she's married. She'd also kick my ass. I'm pretty clear. Okay. Tan 90. Hell yeah. Yeah. That green sector. Fuel cell. Fuel cell, baby. I bet you fuel cell is going to do quite well in the next little bit here. Yeah, fuel cell's up 10% today. We've only just begun. Okay, what else? We're almost through to the bottom of this list here, guys. That's Mattel. So FTG, guys, I'm going to do a breakdown a little bit more deep diving into, just because I'm considering possibly taking a position in this. So FTG here in tech. There's not a lot of news here. So circuits and aerospace defense, circuit segment, yada, yada, yada. FTG is sensitive to exchange rates. It is dependent on its top two customers. So if you think the US dollar is going to rise in value and the Canadian dollar is going to descend in value, or they also work in China, they also work in Europe. Basically, if you think the Canadian dollar is going to decline, they do well because they get to rake in global cash and bring it in to Canadian currency. So do you think this is a bit of a Forex play, I guess, as far as that goes? And I do think the Canadian currency is going to shit the bed. So great. That's a good start. Liking already. Carries a lot of risk. Please keep that in mind, guys, that this is a risky stock. I would agree before even looking at this, knowing that it's an OTC, low float, a Canadian tech company. Obviously, there's inherent risk to this. So in no way am I advocating for this, guys. You've seen the disclaimer in chat. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not an advisor of any kind. This is just me, a degenerate, doing my own DD, showing you guys how I do my DD. You're here to learn how to learn. You're not here to learn how to trade. Anyone have any favorite REITs? I don't go anywhere near REITs right now because I think the commercial sector is about to blow up.
Come on, millennial, you know one of them.
MFA is one
No. It's classified as an REIT, but Iron Mountain.
Oh, fuck off. Get it. FTG has made a couple.
Classified as a REIT, though.
Okay, it's a REIT. It's a REIT. I'm not scared, guys. When you're playing long out like I am, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't. What happens on the day to day? You'll have down days. You'll have up days. It doesn't matter. This was the hard thing to find. Who is it that they work with? So I just want to know who the clients are that FTG is working with. 2016, they spent 16 million to purchase two competitors, TPCT and Photo Etch, which both had revenues together of 28 million. Okay, so they spent 16 to gain companies that made 28. CEO seems to be all in on this. Downwards. Downwards, guys. I'll add Enox to the list here to take a look at. I think the shopping mall is dead. I think it's done. I think COVID was the nail in the coffin. I think shopping malls are done. Big box stores can survive, guys like Best Buy, Walmart, Kroger's. But as far as the strip mall of old, that's gone. I think it's dead. Shares could be worth $350 for 60% return over the next year. When was this written? June 2018. So he was wrong. Okay, so let's see if I can find any news on Fearon. I've got CCL leaps, so I'm looking on CCL to grow into 2022. The mall here is busy. The malls here are dead. There's nobody in the malls here in Ottawa. Okay, so Fear and Tech, stock analysis, it's a 4. No blogger opinions, no analyst, no hedge fund, no insider. Tip rank investors are neutral. Technicals are positive over the last 20 days. Good luck, Huzzy boy. Take it easy, man. Thanks for swinging through. Okay, I'm gonna clear that off. That sweet follow on the way out. Love it. Love it. Eric is up. This is one that I was looking at yesterday that I wanted to get into. Dash is still floating that 160 range. Does Dash have options now? It does. Ooh. Ooh. Dash options. So expensive. Holy frig. $7,000 for an option, anybody? Oh no. I'm looking at the implied volatility. Okay. I was like, damn. $7,000, really. I mean, it's not much better. $4,000 for August 160s. Yeah, this thing's just too expensive to touch right now. But options are available on DoorDash, guys. They're there. Okay, I got distracted. FTG is what I want to look at. FTG, okay. Any other news? Finran. Fearan, not Finran. Fearan Tech. News. Okay, so we got a little news there. Third quarter results. Earnings. Have insiders been buying Fear and Tech Group? Okay, that's enough stuff that I can look at here. Okay, NADCAP accreditation certification as printed circuit board, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so this was in November. That new certification. How much CEO made? It's healthy. It's got some future. No dividends. Good balance sheet. Okay. Again, how much is it paying its CEO? So this likes it. Based off of what it's showing as far as profitability, it really likes what it's got. So they're saying at $1.90, this thing is dangerous to look at, and right now it's at 213. I just think it has the ability to return. I think ultimately what this comes down to is does this sector explode? Tourism sector looks like it's dying. CCL, yeah, CCL's down 67 cents today. Still at that $20 line. I just think it's got so much room to go. I am glad that I exited AAL for a win. I think at this point I just sell for whatever I can get for these.
Order partially filled. Order filled.
Same thing with this. Yeah, Q1 earnings is my play on Mattel. Kind of want to hold Mara actually through January. Okay. Let's take a look at Planet Fitness here. Planet Fitness, January 2022. 10-year chart. It's kind of at highs. But I have no doubt that Planet Fitness is going to see recovery, right? It's just going to keep growing. What to do, what to do, what to do. Current value 62, 78, 75. Bid is there. 70. Let's go 72.
Order filled.
Okay, I got 76 on it, so that's good. Okay, I got a $1.88 to play with here. So let's see if I can get somebody to give me Planet. Oops. Planet. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. And we'll see what happens with it. Waiter's back down again. Okay. Don't have buying power right now, but I don't want to. I don't see anything I really want to sell. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this alone. Uh, Nothing. I think it just goes sideways, chainmail. I think waiter just goes sideways. So I do like Fear and Tech, though. I want to make sure that's on my watch list. I think it's time to start cleaning up this watch list a little bit. I'm not going to get into GSX. Gaps, I'm in. Matt, I'm in. Mara, I'm in. Neo can get off this list. AI can go. Alna can go. Dash can go. ACB can go. Not in BlackBerry at the moment. Waiter, Pfizer can go. DGLY can go. American Airlines can go. DGLY I'm in. SNDL can go. Palantir can go. Waiting on a Baba entry point. I'm already in Baba. I mean 250 looks like a support, kind of. But yeah, I'm still really bullish on it. It's very interesting to me that it's down like that. Okay, let's see what's happening in the news here. What else do we have? Oh, we had a few more. We had Adobe that we had to look at. Guys, I'm bullish on Adobe. Adobe's the leader in their industry as the film industry comes back. I expect Adobe to do well into that. Film, TV, design, creative, marketing, advertising, all of that. I think Adobe does quite well. For it to be back up at 500 is more than reasonable. For it to head towards 6 is more than reasonable, in my opinion, over the next 12 months. ABCL, guys, Accelera. This is overpriced out of the gate on IPO. It's come down from that, where 71 was at the peak. It's down 48 right now. If it comes down to 40, I might look at entry. But beyond that, I'm not going to go anywhere near it. Enox. This thing was the hypothetical X-ray machine that they kind of showed that it worked. I'm not really sold on it. There's too much for me that I don't like about Enox. I'm just the guy who's in charge of it is more focused on the finances than the tech, which is kind of scary. We saw that on the demonstration of the X-ray machine, where instead of him showcasing the X-ray machine and focusing on the medical side of things, he had Bloomberg frigging up on the TVs. Like, it feels like a stock game. Which is exactly one of the warnings that Muddy Waters and the shorts have on it is this doesn't look quite right. Something's off. Something doesn't smell right. Hotels are getting upgrades. It's interesting. Why is travel down? CCL. Yesterday, the headline was vaccine relief sweeps over the travel network. It was up 5% yesterday. Today, it's down 3.5%. So it's just kind of giving back some of the gains that it took yesterday. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned. Yeah, ADBE Frizzy was what I was talking about with the Adobe Play. I mean, I guess lockdown news. I don't know that lockdown news really affects CCL though. I guess I need to just lock it and leave it, and honestly, not dwell in it because I mean, I've got it till 2022, and I have every assurance in my mind's eye that that thing is going to recover by 2022. People will be back on cruise ships and sailing away. So, um, yeah, I definitely have that insurance assurance. Anyway, I did reach out to the CEO of FTG asking for a prospectus, so let's see what he can do with that. I'd love to see an actual prospectus on how they're trying to sell this to people. Um, Okay, let's pull up Reuters here and see what we've got as far as news. So Biden's headed straight to Georgia to campaign instead of dealing with COVID. McConnell acknowledges him as winner. Moderna is close to authorization. This is scary. This is what I was waiting for, was these mutations. Staying green, man. Staying green. What's up? Actually, I say that too soon. I might be down on the day. Canadian portfolio is up 3.5. U.S. margin is up. Yeah, no, I'm up. I'm green on the day. I'm up 1%. Portfolio as a whole is still down, but I'm up 1% on the day with Mara. So they're recognizing a variant strain in the UK that could potentially make it more contagious, higher rates of transmission. They say they don't have enough data right now to come to a conclusion on that, but that's crazy. Oh yeah, Tana's doing his job for those that are in it for sure, which isn't a surprise on Biden getting the approval. We expected that sector to perform quite well. This red cat. Drones, huh? Interesting. Drone goggles, is that a thing? Oh no. Spy 10x leverage calls? Yikes. I'm scared for you, sir. Bitcoin, 19,450. Are we going to do it? We're going to go to 19,450 today? Thoughts on MT and SCHN? Yeah, take a look. How worried should we be? Well, they don't know. BBC can't write that article. They don't know. They don't have the friggin' data. But if it's a higher rate of transmission, the fatality rate on the UK strain has not been high, but a higher transmission rate is always a bad thing. But the BBC doesn't know because the medical agency in the UK doesn't know. They haven't done the research. They're so busy. They're all running around like chickens with their heads cut off. It drives me nuts. All right. Up 5% on SocGen. Upgrades to buy with Street High. Steel manufacturing and mining in Europe, North and South America, Africa, Asia. Coil sheets. So playing MT, guys, is a play into, do you see massive construction happening out of this? SCHN, it's another steel play. Do you think steel is going to be a commodity is the real question here. I think repair is more than building. I don't know that I like that idea. Disciples of Gandalf, yeah, I'm holding GPS myself. I've got GPS options. Now I've got leaps on them. So I've got GPS into their earnings in March, and then I've got GPS into January of 2022. So for me, Gap long term, I think is going to be quite good. I think Yeezys are going to do their job. I think Gap is going to recover. I think retail sector is going to see a bump. They do great with their online sales. I think the Gap's going to be fine. In my opinion. I need to go grab some water, guys. I'm starting to lose my voice here, so I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. If you have tickers you want me to take a look at, let me know. Otherwise, when I get back, I'm going to start making a list of the things that you guys would like me to do in regards to this, everything that you're looking at here, and how I can customize this to better suit your tastes. Can you look into, is that MP or SNP? Standard Motor Products. Car parts? Are people going to buy used cars more than they're going to repair old cars? Is the bet here. And I honestly, if I look at this over 5 years, it's close to its all-time highs. It's not too far off it. I don't really like this play. I think people are more than likely. Oh, MP. You don't care about this. Okay. MP. Rare earth materials. Is lithium on the list? MP. There's another one that I was looking at. Is it LNG? No. There's one that I was looking at. LAC? Yeah, this is the one that I like better. I like LAC better than MP, just for the price and the fact that it's got a massive mine in Nevada. So the biggest lithium mine in the U.S. is Thacker Pass. Company explores the lithium deposits. It holds interests in this project in Argentina and owns 100% interest in the Thacker Pass lithium project. It's the biggest lithium mine in the U.S. This would be my lithium play. Yeah, the EU continues to try to make its money back on introducing fines onto the tech companies, Silicon Valley. I think NEO is a China hustle, and I do not want to go anywhere near it. Yeah, LAC guys, Thacker Pass lithium mine is the largest lithium mine in the U.S. I think it's number 2 globally. Yeah, other than the Sonora lithium mine in Mexico, it's the biggest in the world. So it's number 2 globally. And then they also have one in Argentina. But yeah. Yeah, Bob, I'm honestly wondering at what point the tech companies start telling them to take a hike and saying, fine, we just won't operate in France. We won't operate in the EU. Trump continues to press on voter fraud. That'll be easy since most of them are fiscally headquartered there. In Ireland, maybe. Not in Germany and France. Mm-mm. There's a large amount of them that are based out of Ireland, but France and Germany, no, it doesn't have to. And I mean, for them to move their headquarters to Scotland instead of Ireland would not be that difficult, I don't think. There are lots of other places that they could incorporate outside of the EU. If the EU is just looking to consistently drop billion-dollar fines on them, for the fun of it. Like, bye. Michael Burry's tweeting. What's he got? AMC broke $3. Yeah, I mean, it's down at 290 now. I still have my January 250s for them, so I mean, if it keeps heading down. Redemption, are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have levels on AMC? Do you see anything big as far as sellers? Or I guess buyers? Anything that take this thing back up?
Well, it's upticked right now. So, wait, I thought you said it broke above 3 earlier.
No, it broke below 3.
All I see is just 250. But honestly, for the price of this stock and its quote unquote popularity, it's not that much.
Okay.
At least I don't consider it that much. So.
It has a group. AMC has 3 companies that are willing to carry it through bankruptcy, but it needs to file bankruptcy and it needs to come to their terms. And the CEO is playing hardball. He thinks he can find other ways to survive, and he's out to freaking lunch. Because even though we may see theaters open back up in June of next year, it's not going to open back up to blockbuster numbers, right? We're not going to see an immediate recovery in June. It probably won't be until June of 2022 that we see theaters back to some level of normalcy. It's insanity for him to think that he can draw this out. AMC is boned. It's a question of when they go bankrupt. It really, really is. The
I mean, at this
CEO
point,
is
it
drawing a
seems
line.
At this point, it seems like he's just YOLOing their future.
Yeah. Yeah. He's trying to kick the can down the road as long as he possibly can. I would argue that we never see theaters go back to the way that they were. I just don't think we see it. As far as like, oh, well, you got to go to theaters to see a movie. I can think of 1 or 2 movies a year I need to go see in theaters. That's it. 1 or 2 a year. Avatar comes out, I'll probably go see that in theater.
Honestly, from a from like from a date world perspective, because like taking dates to movies was a really cool thing because you didn't have to talk a lot too. But imagine that versus just inviting them directly to your house.
Yeah, Netflix and chill, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a lot more convenient
and effective
and cheaper
to the end game that you're planning for, right? Like, let's be honest. You'll go to movie theaters when there's that major blockbuster, like that big beast, right? That you gotta see it in IMAX in 3D, and it's gonna rock your world. But like the regular Disney movie that's coming out, I'll watch that at home on my like 70. Okay, there's a 70-inch TV. Why do I need to go to the theaters, right?
Another IAU print 2.9 million 1764. Yeah, where they're positioning. Something's going to happen.
Yeah. Actually, I'm glad somebody brought up lithium because this is a play that I wanted to get into, and it kind of slipped off my radar for a bit here. Does this have options? Oh, it does have options. Yes, please. Can only take it into May though. It doesn't have a full week for me. Um, but I could take a $15
Order cancelled.
leap on this. See if that gets picked up. Anytime American Airlines at this point goes down a little bit, I think it's a buy the dip, in my opinion. Airlines, casinos, hotels are at that point. We're there now. Nobody's going to hit absolute bottom on it. Like if you're trying to time the absolute bottom, you're probably going to lose out. It'll move so quick up once things are announced. But yeah, I definitely think that we're at that point where it's time to pull the trigger. When big institutions are starting to talk retail sector again, and they're starting to talk recovery stocks, that's when you need to start looking at stuff. Actually, probably been better if you're already in, but Bitcoin, come on, 19,430. Just go. Just break out. Let's check the scanners here and see what we're seeing. Yeah, general disclaimer, guys. That's not financial advice. That's just my opinion. ANCN is up. Biocardia is up. OCX is up. Abnormal volume. ANCN, OCX, BCDA, SLS. What is a verb?
Well, I know I got an ethical question for you for charities.
Yep.
What do you think is a fair pay rate for like the top level execs and stuff like that? Like, should it be above the medium income? About if so, by how much? Or should it be like an average rate or whatever?
I think a CEO of a nonprofit should make as much as a counterparty in the private sector. And I know that's an unpopular opinion among many because it's a not for profit. But a CEO of a not for profit has an added challenge to the private sector one it doesn't have because it cannot grow based off of the merits of revenue, right? So you're looking at a guy who's trying to grow a company and grow a company infrastructure without a revenue bottom line, which is an extremely difficult task for a CEO. So I think a CEO should be comparable with private sector.
But don't they have a slight advantage too, especially if and when it comes to like something like taxes and stuff like that? They get taxes, benefits,
Nope.
government.
Nope. Because they're all drawing from the same pot. Every nonprofit's drawing from the same pot as far as those credits and grants from the government. So very few of them actually see a lot of that money. A lot of the bigger nonprofits don't see any of that money because they're the big nonprofits and they don't need it, right? There's a lot of misconception around nonprofit that it's, oh, well, they get all these tax kind of benefits and cuts, and it's bullshit. It's honestly bullshit.
What about volunteers and labor and stuff that a normal
So
company would have to pay?
yeah, there are volunteers for sure. But again, they do have overhead as far as administrative goes. They still have operating costs. They still have buildings. They still have that stuff. And when you're operating with no revenue, with no bottom line to present to an investor, the only time of year that you really see a boom is as people are trying to get their charitable donations out. Right. That's it. That's the make or break of your nonprofit. So for me, the salary should equate to the private sector. If you've got a global nonprofit that is operating Asia, Africa, Europe, Canada, America, that CEO should be paid accordingly. He's doing, yeah, frac space. That's it. For every dollar they raise, there's a massive dollar cost. And people just don't appreciate what goes into working nonprofit. I've worked with a lot of nonprofits over the years, and the second that you can get them to start to realize that they need to run a nonprofit just like a business, but with the added realization that you have the difficulty of no bottom line, you need to really have a CEO that knows what he's doing. And in order to get the right CEO into your company, you better be paying him what he would make in the private sector. Otherwise, he's got no reason to be there. She's got no reason to be there. Um, I face that all the time with nonprofits of like, well, we can't have the same operating budget as the private sector because of X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, you are required, like, you need to have an advertising budget. You need to have a marketing budget. You need to have a labor budget. Like, you need to budget yourself as though you have a revenue line, even though you don't have a revenue line. You need to still organize your company as such.
Yeah, I think I think I was mostly scarred when I think it was like, it wasn't UNICEF or someone else, but their daughter, the CEO's daughter or whatever, was caught in this like $250,000 sports car, and they're like, "Wait, where's this money going to?" And then they started looking at the actual dollar that actually, like, each dollar spent, how much actually goes into the cause of what they're looking for, and they found that it was like only 30 cents of that dollar actually makes it to the end user.
Yeah, that argument still doesn't hold water for me because the reality is, if only 30 cents of every dollar actually goes to the cause, um, that bigger thing. So let's say something like UNICEF, right? People are like, oh, only 25 cents of every dollar makes to the cause. Yeah, but UNICEF actually has a wider reach. It's actually doing more good with that 25 cents than a smaller nonprofit is with the full dollar.
Mm. Okay.
Like the whole reasoning and line of thinking when it comes to nonprofits is broken. It's absolutely broken, and it's a bit of a joke to me, really, when people speak to it like, "Well, 25 cents of every dollar." Yeah, but you don't understand the larger infrastructure of that administrative of that, and especially these countries that are operating globally. Most of these big nonprofits operate globally, and that comes at a huge cost. It's a massive cost to maintain that. But the good that they do is also massive as well, right? Like Amnesty International is a huge company and it sees very little return. Like we're talking 28, 29 cents on the dollar actually goes into it, but they spend so much of it on legal fees trying to get people not killed or beheaded wherever they are, right? Like, is that worth it? Is that 29 cents worth it? Absolutely. It's stopping free press from getting their heads taken off. It's stopping first aid workers from getting thrown in prisons in North Korea. Like that 29 cents is absolutely worth it. The bigger issue that I have are companies that are for profit that present themselves as nonprofit. So companies like Value Village, so it's for profit company, but it presents itself as a nonprofit because it gives a percent of every dollar to Alzheimer's or heart diabetes, lung, whatever it's currently on, right?
Is there like telltale signs to see what's nonprofits actually for profit?
Yeah, look for the revenue line.
Ah.
Go through their reporting and look at the revenue line. If they're cash positive at the end of the year instead of cash neutral, it's a for-profit, not a nonprofit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot that they had to skirt that line because they.
So like Value Village comes out profitable every year. There's a revenue. There's a revenue stream. Whereas something like Salvation Army, revenue neutral. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Confirmed donors, that's not a terrible idea. That's one that I've heard of in the past as well, where people support the administrative and some people support the actual cause. The issue with that is if the administrative starts to wane, you start to lose the people that can effectively manage the nonprofit, right? So, the CEO is not getting paid what he wants anymore, so he went to work for a for-profit. So now we've got a subpar CEO who doesn't know how to run the company. And the people underneath him, so the directors and the other executives, are frustrated because the CEO doesn't know what he's doing. And so they start to peel off and head to the private sector. And then people go, well, the company's not being run very well anymore. We're going to stop giving money to the administrative. And you end up with this growing shrink to the point where you kill the infrastructure that's supporting the nonprofit. So it would have to be done with some semblance of understanding that you are educating the people that are donors as to why it's set up the way that it is. Nonprofits just, they operate in this different world for some reason, and there's no need to. I think if they operated in the same way that a for-profit would, it would be to their benefit. Educate people, drop out news, let people know why you're doing what you're doing, what the additional administrative costs have covered, right? Oh, we built a new building in a new country and we're now able to reach tens of thousands more people in our cause as a result of that. Now there's a larger administrative cost on the year with that, and now there's a new maintenance fee and upkeep and staffing that we have to pay for that, but it also opens us up to being able to help tens of thousands of more people. Is that worth it? Yeah. Are people going to be pissed off that there's an administration fee on that? No, because you're helping tens of thousands more people. Like,
I guess I never thought of that from that point of view.
But the big issue with that is it's the nonprofits that aren't saying that, which is why people don't think that way, right?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just don't like a lot of the. I don't know. I guess I've just been exposed to too many scams that it just seems too sketchy, and the more convoluted they try to make it, it seems like they're just trying to hide something to me.
And I mean, a lot of that convolution also comes with the requirement of reporting from the government, right? The Canadian government, especially with Canadian nonprofits, is a freaking joke. What Revenue Canada requires from them is an absolute joke. Snow, is there a US ticker for that? That is interesting. Redemption, can you take a look at Verb for me? VERB. Red Headband, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated.
What's so special about this?
It's popping up on my scanners right now for unusual volume. It's just the warrants on it that are spiking. But typically it has about 5,000 average volume. It's got triple that today.
Yeah, it has had some volume spikes previously. There might be something coming down the pipe, or probably some rumors somewhere.
Verb adds Market America Shop.com expands client base in October. A video-based customer relationship management and sales enablement platform for its global network of entrepreneurs and distributors. Shop.com provides consumer access to 300 million products. We're thrilled to add Market America to our growing roster of clients. Interactive, blah, 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 blah. When's their earnings?
Is this a pink sheet?
No.
Check the filings. What? Was there any insiders on this? Hang
on. Upside target of 110% on this thing. 2 analysts on it. Let's see the insider buying. CEO 4 months ago. All of the directors bought 4 months ago, which means that they're expecting news now, right? I don't see any hedge funds on it. Analysis is a 6. Fundamentals are down.
Did FinViz remove the freaking insider list? Because I don't see it anymore. I just see this balance sheet stuff.
Let's see. A stock market for nonprofits. See, I don't mind that idea because with a stock market for nonprofits, it's a responsibility of the nonprofit for whatever income is raised to balance that, right? So just because you raise a ton of money doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. You just put that into spending, right? You just have to make sure that you're net zero at the end of the year, or you took a loss. You can't be profitable. So if you have money, you have to spend it, which isn't bad for a nonprofit, right? If you've got a pile of extra money, you either go into the administrative and you give people raises for doing a good job, or you help people more. Either way, it's to the benefit. Later, Triton, man. Take it easy. Thanks for swinging through and hanging out with us today, man. Appreciate it. No, I see Insider here. I'm on it right now. Let's see.
Am I blind? What the hell? No, on the individual ticker. If you go to individual tickers, it usually says that they bought them, but... Okay, that's interesting. What's his face?
Yeah, it's there. It's at the bottom. I see it.
Hang on. Oh, okay. I didn't scroll down that far then.
Yeah, it's way down at the bottom. CFO, December 23rd. These are old, though, right? Like, these would be last year.
Yes.
They're presenting at a conference today at 11 a.m. I like this. I'm going to throw some money at this, I think.
Do I want to throw any money at this?
Whatever. I'm just going to take my profits on this.
Still don't understand what this company does. '13th annual LD micro main event conference on Tuesday, December 15th, 11 a.m. Eastern. So it's happening now.
Yeah.
Okay, so people who are holding this: BlackRock, not surprised; Citadel, JP Morgan. I'm only reading the ones that I'm aware of. Millennium Management, Morgan Stanley. Wait, Two Sigma Advisors?
SHG is next? Oh, I want to cancel this then. Oh, don't fill that. But this one I'll get rid of. Okay. What is the ticker on this thing? Verb.
You got a HFT on there, but I really don't know. I was kind of hoping this was the HFT from Goldman, but no.
Do we get the fill? We got the fill. Okay. I'm in. Wrong screen? No, I was just placing an order. It's the right screen. I'm willing to take a run into this. I'm wondering why there's that pickup in volume. I mean, it was up around $2 in February. It's got new contracts. I mean, let's go to the LD micro event here because I think I'm signed up from when ACRX did it. Bird.
It's issued and patents pending. So I'd like to show you real quick, if I can, Verb CRM. That's kind of been our bread and butter product over the past 18 months. Verb CRM combines the ability to add interactive elements to any video, pre-recorded video, whereas Verb Live is in a live broadcast. Verb CRM adds it to existing video and marries that to a CRM. So the data collection capabilities of the video flow into the CRM. So let me see if I can show you that real quick.
That's a cool tool.
One of the most powerful tools in Verb's sales enablement platform is interactive video. It's common knowledge that video is one of the main drivers in marketing and sales efforts today. And with Verb's interactive video, technology allows users to record their own video, add interactive links, and share it with their prospects. Interactive links ranging from visiting your website, calling directly from the video, emailing from the video, to linking to your social networks. The opportunities are endless for exposure to your audience. The best part, it's so easy to do. With real-time notifications coming right to your phone, you'll know who opened your video, how long they watched it, and what they clicked on. All of this data is stored in one place, allowing your sales force to not only follow up, but close the sale. Verb's interactive video takes video to the next level, and Verb has the results to back that up. Case studies have shown clients have seen an increase of 1,200% over normal
like
video
that,
in A/B testing. Verb interactive video really works.
Let me know when it
interactive video
bursts below
is a cool
$1,
technology
okay? Then
that
I'll
allows your
worry.
prospects to engage in a unique way. Reach out for a demo today.
So look, I'm not going to have time to show you the other products, but real quick, Verb CRM is for large enterprise, large sales-based organizations. Verb Teams, which I won't be able to get to, is for small business and solo entrepreneurs. Verb Teams, by the way, also has Verb Live already built in. I would encourage you to go to our website. It's self-service. You can go ahead and download it. There's a free trial. You can check out Verb Live for yourself inside Verb Teams. Super cool. Let me leave you with this thought, and then we'll get to some Q&A. We believe that we're experiencing the beginning of the convergence of entertainment content and e-commerce. The technology now exists to make almost all videos shoppable, and we have it. We call it shoppable entertainment. And you're going to be hearing that term a lot more as we get into 2021. The data shows that most people are watching TV and shopping on their mobile devices for the things that they're seeing in their shows. Most forms of video entertainment already have sponsor paid for placements. So now those products that you see in these shows that you're watching can be shoppable, and you could enjoy your programming uninterrupted. Think about the implications of that. So pay attention to what Verb is going to deliver in 2021. It's going to be a really, really exciting year. So Q&A, let's go.
Wonderful. With the investor panel,
I'm in
turn
sales
on
and
your
marketing,
cameras
VJ,
and
and
audios begin the
it
Q&A.
doesn't seem dumb to me at all to be able to retain CRM data on video views as well as being able to have direct outreach is money.
I guess I'll get started. So is this product really geared towards smaller e-tail/retailers, or does your product work across a much larger organization?
I'm going to assume you're referring to Verb Live.
Yes.
Yes. So it works in both. I think the size of the demographic here is encompasses an individual entrepreneur, a small retailer whose store has been impacted by COVID, but it's also appropriate for large sales-based organizations. For example, our Verb CRM product, that's a product that's used by large sales-based organizations. Those are companies that have anywhere from 100 to 10,000 or more sales reps around the world. And they use it to sell their products and services. They use it to generate interest in whatever those products or services might be. As I said before, they could post an invitation right on social media, as an example.
This is a
People
green
can click
screen.
on that invitation at the scheduled time and come right into
see
the
it
live
trying
stream
to-
broadcast. So it's super effective. Imagine me right now being able to just put a button on the screen that would allow you to click on it while you talk to me in this video and download my latest K or Q. Super effective technology, so it applies everywhere.
Rory, could you highlight
Wait,
for
did the
us
electoral
who your
college already
competitors
vote,
are
or is
and
CBC
what
just like
prevents them from running similar innovations that
declaring
you've done so far?
the election outcome
Well,
again?
we've got a fair amount of
Just
IP, and
declaring
we're
the
constantly, filing new applications as fast as I think our IP council can do it. But look, I think that the reality is that the size of the market is enormous. I mean, it's gigantic. We don't have to own the entire market. We don't even have to own most of the market to create a multi-billion-dollar business here, which is what we intend to do. In fact, I'm hoping to see more interactive video-based e-commerce solutions come into the market, because that will create greater awareness for our solution. We think we're ahead of everybody else. Combining this technology with the CRM capability, I think, really puts us light years ahead of everybody else. And also, as I mentioned, we're not looking to compete with companies like Salesforce. Instead, we've partnered with them. Same thing with Microsoft. We're integrating inside their platforms. Salesforce is already done. Microsoft is coming. So we're looking to become the de facto standard for this kind of technology.
Do you hear those names, Redemption?
But we don't have to be the only player in the space.
This company has integrated into Salesforce tech
your
already,
business
and
model?
they're looking at
You've got
integrating
the
into
buy it now
Microsoft.
button, the platform,
They're currently working
the
into
payments
Microsoft
platform
tech.
behind that, and whether or not you're involved with that.
So Salesforce,
So
Microsoft.
what we've done is
I'm looking at the companies that they're in.
integrated into other
Market America
e-commerce,
with Shop.com
platforms
is a
such as
massive
Shopify.
site.
So, for example, if you're a Shopify user, when you log into the account,
He's
into
talking
your Verb
Shopify
Live
right
account,
now.
you'll have the ability to input your Shopify credentials. And then if you
Where's
drag
Hitch
your
when you
shopping
need
cart
him?
onto the screen,
He's probably more familiar
for
with
the
this than
checkout for
anybody
your
else.
products for your viewers, it'll process right through your existing Shopify account. And we've got other solutions there as
No,
well.
I don't have any.
I
I don't
will
have
tell
any
you-
insight in this.
You basically leverage whoever's platform you're on top of.
Yeah, exactly right. Now ours is strictly right now a SaaS recurring revenue business subscription-based model, but we are about to launch an experiment whereby for a very specific demographic, where we would share in the revenue derived from the sales through the platform. So we'll take a modest monthly recurring fee and a percentage of the sales, and we'll see which is this is new. So we're going to experiment and see what's going to create the most value for ourselves and our shareholders.
Great, thanks.
Okay, well, thank you guys. I appreciate your time and appreciate the opportunity to present here. Congratulations to Chris and Chris, and great conference as always. These guys are pros,
The
and I
backdrops that they
appreciate.
keep doing is just so cringy.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that, but just be in your office. If you wanted your office as a background, just be in the office. Okay, nice. Skylight Health is next on this. So, I don't think you're being negative at all. I love it when there's differing opinions, VJ Tech. I think it's boring as hell when everybody agrees. I like it better when people are like, I don't like this. Great. I love differing opinions. When you start dropping names like Salesforce and Microsoft that you're integrating inside of their tech for CRM and sales technology paired with video, I think that's huge. I think that's a big deal. If you had said Amazon, I would have lost my shit. But Microsoft and Salesforce are really strong. They're already in Salesforce, so that's a big one. I'll break down Market America. Is Market America publicly traded?
Honestly, I would have loved if, a total Amazon play would be to just have this be like, contract locked down with all these other places, and then Amazon comes and buys up the company, and then therefore They still have to honor the end users, whatever, Microsoft, Shopify, whatever, still have to honor their contract with Verb, and now it's owned by Amazon. I think that would be a hilariously sneaky tactic for Amazon to like steal sales and stuff like that from those guys, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Market America is an MLM company founded in 92. Total assets of 146 million, revenue of 790 million as of 2016. I mean, almost $1 billion in revenue? And that's their new partner? And this stock is $1? Where's the website on these guys?
Introducing Verb Live, the live stream e-commerce experience you've been waiting for. This is how you sell in today's economy. To log in, you'll choose any of the available options and enter your permissions.
So Salesforce,
Next,
Microsoft,
choose the
Facebook,
appropriate
Twitter.
package for sell in today's economy. Log in, you'll choose any of the available options and enter your permissions. Next, choose the appropriate package for your live stream needs. Once your credit card is processed, your Verb live stream will automatically begin. Verb Live will notify you to access your device's camera and microphone, allowing for your audience to see and hear you during your Verb Live stream. Below, you'll notice a series of features, including
Instagram does not give you the data.
Functionality.
Instagram is shit for data. It gives you little to no insights.
Enabling and disabling your camera and microphone,
and you don't control the data.
Full screen functionality can all be accessed in these.
As somebody who works as a digital marketing consultant professionally, control of data on the user base and viewer base is huge. This is interesting to me.
This is Verb Live. The live is Verb.
I missed that last little bit.
Functionality can all be accessed in these series of icons. Adding interactions is simple with the click of a button. This is Verb Live.
I like that.
The live stream e-commerce experience you've been waiting for.
So one of the big things I could see this used for, guys, is the conference industry. When you've got a public speaker who's speaking at a conference, especially now that most of the conferences are done like this, so I do speak at digital marketing conferences globally, that would be a huge tool for me to be able to go live to the conference and have that quick pop up where I can go, oh yeah, I'm talking about something in my book, or talking about something in my talk, and I'm mentioning a direct link to a tool that I use or I advertise for, or a book that I have, or a course that I run. I can just have that link pop up immediately, and it's clickable. And they don't even need to purchase. Just the fact that they click that link inside the video, I'm going to get that data that those people were interested about it, right? I'll know who they are. At least in respect to who they are anonymously, not specifically a name, but no, you don't have to download the app. No. You don't have to download the app. So I could do this inside of a Twitter live feed. So I could do this if you guys are watching me on Twitch right now, that's fine. But I restream also to Twitter, right? I restream to Facebook. I could technically use this tool if I was live streaming to Twitter. So let's say you're somebody like Davey Daytrader, or who's the girl? Is it Kylie Jenner with Cody? Let's say you're Kylie Jenner with Cody, right? And you're streaming live to Twitter where you're at, and people are asking you, okay, well, they're just talking with her. Oh, I love your hair today. She's like, oh yeah, my hair's great. Oh, I love your makeup. Yeah, my makeup is this makeup right here. You guys can check it out right here. Clickable link. They just click it, go immediately to it, right? Watch the left video, sales enablement platform. Okay, let's watch the left one too.
I would describe Verb as a modern, new age CRM that allows people to communicate the way they want to be communicated with.
We've created a sales tool that's unique in the industry that allows even unskilled, untrained people to sell effectively. If you are marketing or selling anything, or if you want to make sure that whatever message you're trying to communicate is actually heard, then Verb is for you.
Okay, so that one tells me absolutely nothing about what that is. No. Just trying to see some of the brands that they work with. Young Living is a big brand. Bright Tools I'm not familiar with. Automated follow-ups. I mean, most of this stuff is fairly typical. Enroll by links, data analytics, business, social, campus promo, interactive. Okay, yada, yada, yada. 4.9 stars. Bunch of okay, here we go. Manatech. Okay, so there's a lot of MLM stuff here. They work with MLM, which isn't a bad thing. I know people don't like MLM, but is it like a stream extension? Is it a platform? I think it's a platform. I think you log into their platform as somebody who wants to stream to that. You pair your account to that, and then you live stream. So Young Living, Manatech, I'm familiar with. Shop.com. We know that that's a new partner. This obviously, when you say MLM, people are going to go, oh, MLM, that's gross, don't go near it. Yes, I agree. If you're somebody who's in an MLM, you would view the viewers view the live stream on Twitter or on Facebook, but you stream through the app. I could actually probably set up with Restream a custom stream to this tool, which would then stream to Twitter. But yeah, no, the viewer doesn't change anything. They would watch it on Twitter or they would watch it on Facebook. It would be good for them to get onto YouTube as well, but that's probably going to be very difficult for them. Instagram TV, that would probably be difficult. But how do you make it interactive? I don't know how the tool works. I just know that it looks like it creates a pop-up that they can click. Yeah. Jacob, I would say that's fairly accurate. It's like an OBS with CRM and call to action. Yeah, absolutely. Which is a big deal. It's a big deal. That's great. That's great news for somebody who works with an actual company, right? But yeah, what I was saying about MLMs, guys, is do people that work for MLMs get screwed? Kind of. There are some people that do well with it, some people that don't. But the MLM companies themselves survive and grow, and this is great. They've got money to spend, and they want to use this tool. They want to educate people how to use this tool, and they're having people streaming using this tool. Fantastic. I like that. I like it. For $1.25, I like it. All right, I am going to hit the washroom real quick, but I do want to see the Skylight Health Group. So I'm going to pop this up. I'll be right back. This is Skylight Health, SHG. This is the other small Canadian company that I was in. So
they're generated from each of these services. And so as we think about the economics per patient, adding to the breadth of patients that we continue to grow by way of acquisition and organically, we also look to add a depth of services to these patients so that the per patient insurable, let's call it share of wallet, continues to increase under Skylight Health's umbrella. And this is how we maximize on that blue sky potential to reach $10,000 plus per year per patient by way of adding more accretive services to our patient base. We also utilize technology to be able to really improve on the delivery of care, but also lower the cost of care. Telemedicine, for example, can virtually treat over 80% of visits that patients come in to see their family doctor for. But the reality is those 20% of services remaining ultimately create the bulk of revenue. So technology helps us maintain the patient's needs from a remote distance, safe from the comfort of their home, especially in times like today, reducing
the new Rebels, how are you, man?
But we're able to then save that clinical time for those higher margin services, for those standards of care that require physical attention, thereby maximizing on the share of revenue that can be earned on a patient's annual health care.
This is huge. 80% of patient services are done through telemedicine. Meanwhile, So it's the 80-20
Our
rule,
growth
right?
model
20%
really
is producing
focuses
80% of their
on 3 key
revenue.
segments.
20% of the big
Number
clinic
one
are producing 80% of
organically
revenue.
building up a revenue growth from an existing patient base by expanding insurable services to this base. Right now, we have roughly about 120,000 patients whose unit economic per patient is about $150 a year. That's one visit per year. Over the next 12 to 24 months, the goal of expanding insurable services to these patients further will effectively bring these patients in our target mind from one visit a year to 3 to 4 times per year, which will effectively take the annual revenue generation of 150 up to 500 or 1,000. And so therefore going from, call it a 50 million run rate to 150 million run rate organically. We don't have to make any capital expenditures.
So they're targeting a 400% increase
within each office, which is relatively nominal. We also don't have to make any further acquisitions of patients or growth. So this is truly a low-hanging organic fruit opportunity that has the ability for the company to expand on revenue over 10x purely by expanding insurable primary care services to these patients. The second area for growth for us is growth through the uninsured community. One of the things that we're looking to do as we disrupt healthcare within the US is to bring technology to be able to support the uninsured patient community. So there are roughly 40 million Americans today who don't have access to care primarily because of the high cost of health insurance. So if you're a patient today without health insurance, you wake up with a sore throat, you don't know what you're supposed to do, oftentimes you resort to all those options that don't take you to a doctor's office. Offer now is a very competitive $200 a year flat subscription program for uninsured patients. And so if I'm uninsured today, I can subscribe to Skylight Health for $200 a year. This is a virtual telemedicine offering only, and only for urgent care needs. And so now with that sore throat, I can consult with the Skylight Health provider, receive a diagnosis, maybe a prescription, and I don't pay any additional copays, or highly affordable for a very large population of patients today who don't have access to care. And this is a massive market opportunity that we think we can disrupt quite heavily within the next 12 to 24 months. Because we're using the same infrastructure of doctors and staff and nurses, we remain profitable at the $200 a year. And because they're uninsured patients, they do not cannibalize on our insurable services market. The third area for growth for us is within the acquisition space. Historically, we have been very successful at showing with growth and acquisitions, especially in a highly fragmented market like healthcare. We've made 7 acquisitions to date. We've immediately affected over 10 to 15% improvement on the profit lines within 6 months of taking ownership. We've improved opportunities for top line growth by creating more avenues for patient acquisition. But now with the multidisciplinary model, we're focused on expanding even beyond that by leveraging services from each acquisition and accretively building each of those services into existing facilities, which means adding services for patients that we already have rostered, expanding on that opportunity to create that multidisciplinary model. Right now, we've made 5 announcements this year to date. Collectively, once all closed, we'll bring in an incremental 13 million in annualized revenue and approximately $1.5 to $2 million in annualized EBITDA. As we look at our pipeline, we have over $70 million worth of transactions, and this continues to expand. 2 months ago, we were at 10 million. And so we continually find ways to unearth deals through a strong brokerage market. And this will be a very, very pivotal form of growth, especially as we continue to strengthen our currency and cash position.
In 2 months, this company went from 10 million in revenue
here. We're
to
led
70.
by a team. I'll come back to this if anybody wants to see secondary focus and technology. Capital markets, we have 160 million shares issued and outstanding, strong insider positions, strong insider ownership, and now starting to institutionalize that investor base with now research coverage also beginning on the company.
Stop, Millennium. I'm trying to liquidate. God damn it. I'm not trying to take on new positions. I'm just trying to liquidate to see what's happening coming down the pipe.
We have some time for a quick Q&A.
Did she close the stream by accident? I think she closed the stream. That's funny. I think she cucked him. Pretty sure she cucked him. That's hilarious.
It's a conspiracy.
I'm pretty sure she cucked him.
Helicopters.
Yeah, perhaps to
actually
start
no
off
shit.
with,
There's some black and gold helicopters outside. It's Amazon. Open up.
The utilization that you need per facility to get you to break even.
Absolutely. Quick unit economics, Jeff, just on a single physician
this is
model.
live.
A single primary care doctor rostering 2,000 to 3,000 patients on an average $500 per revenue per patient should be able to generate somewhere between $1.5 to $3 million in revenue for the clinic on a single facility location on a single doctor model. After you factor out the cost of sales, which is the physician's salary, usually somewhere in the 2 to 250 mark, the remainder of the funds then go, call it over 70% for OPEX expenses. You need roughly 2 staff for each position, coupling in with rent and other OPEX expenses. You're sitting at about a 20 to 30% EBITDA margin on that single physician practice. So the reality is, somewhere between, let's call it 500 to 1,000 patients per practice is your break even somewhere for a new clinic. One of the benefits in the model that we developed, though, Jeff, is we're not necessarily building clinics from scratch. We take the advantage of attractive multiples in the market. We're buying clinics at roughly 3 to 7 times EBITDA. So we're buying established practices with a full patient load, existing practitioners and staff. We're buying them at an undervalued, appreciated price compared to what we can bring to that group by way of bringing new services, improving our profitability margins. And this significantly helps us expand on an existing practice base.
This guy knows
and
his shit.
generate significant improvement in value for shareholders as well.
Got it, great. And then the physician teams, can you just kind of talk about what a team looks like at a
Canadian
facility?
one, right?
Yeah, so usually it's 1 or 2 to 3 primary care providers within each of these facilities, and that grows with time. We don't cap it there.
Why do you do this to me,
Generally
millennial?
speaking, it's not always an MD. We also utilize nurse practitioners where
Guy
possible
knows his
to provide
shit.
primary care services. Medical
I'm trying to
assistants generally within
liquidate
each
my
office as well.
positions
And
wait
we have
for
other services
probably
like
January,
a lab
February
or
to see what's
diagnostic.
happening.
We'll have
But
a phlebotomist or other specialists there that will help to be able to deliver those services.
Got it, great, thank you.
Of course.
He knocked that shit out of the,
That's what you like to have, and
nailed
at
it.
a certain point, does it not make sense to own more clinics?
Yeah, so we don't define size by the number of clinics, Michael. For us, the focus will be the number of patients. I mean, our goal is sort of first milestone, 1 million patients. That's what we're looking at reaching. 1 million patients whose average revenue per patient is about $1,000 per patient. And that combines averages, we'll call it, some locations making multidisciplinary service revenue higher, some may be smaller, but this is our first sort of target we're attaining. Whether that comes through 40 locations or 80 locations, again, locations also have overhead expenses attached to them. So, we tend to not want to see locations being the defining characteristic of that, but rather number of patients per location or services rendered per site would really be the focal point for us.
So in the business that you're in, there's been a number of companies that have tried to grow to significant number of locations where doctors practice. They always seem to tap out at some point and have problems with managing the size and complexity of the business. Can you just kind of walk through what you've got from a control standpoint that makes you feel like you'll be able to avoid that?
Yeah, of course. So again, 2 differences I'd like to state. 1, we're coming from a management who's done this previously in the past successfully before. Number 2, we're acquiring assets with infrastructure that include management teams. And so we're buying centers that have the ability to add layers of expertise to our existing base of infrastructure. So whether that be in the area of finance, accounting, revenue cycle management, compliance, medical, operational, these are all factors that are taken into consideration with every acquisition and part of what makes us stronger as we scale. Currently, though, we do have a well-created infrastructure between each of those components, from legal to finance to revenue cycle management to credentialing and operations, which allow us to be able to integrate and digest acquisitions at the current moment. But again, we're also looking to bring on these management teams that will just strengthen the base as we continue to grow, knowing fully well, to your point, that you can't just build on the infrastructure as is. You need to strengthen that with every group you acquire or every market you enter.
Thanks.
Oak Street Health is a model that's gotten some traction as of late. Pretty reasonable size IPO recently. Can you compare and contrast your model? I think from what I understand, they're sort of fully at risk. Do you have the managed care component also? That'd be good to know.
Yeah, so currently we don't do managed care component like Oak Street, and I love their model. So Oak Street focuses just on the senior care continuum. So they're just working with the Medicare Advantage plans and managed care programs. And you're right, mainly for at-risk patients. Oak Street also doesn't do a growth by consolidation play, so their business model for growth is a little bit more organic as opposed to our model, which is more inorganic to organic. But in terms of the patient population, our focus has always been in our history of working with a full continuum of patients from pediatrics to geriatrics, and including patients who fall within the at-risk and not. We are considering, it's not out of the game plan yet. Right now, it's on a fee-for-services-based business model. But as we continue to grow and get critical mass, looking at managed care, looking at capitated-based payment models, using technology to help create synergies and savings for the health system, that is part of the process and part of the evolution that we will be looking at integrating into our business as well.
That's a great idea.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. Great. Well, thank you so much, Prad, for a wonderful presentation. And thank you to our investor panelists for your questions. If you guys are staying in track 1, I will see you soon. And if not, have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, that guy crushed it. I'm very impressed. I'm very freaking impressed with what I just saw from him. Okay, so I was able to connect to him on LinkedIn. What's this guy's history as far as being a CEO? Of course, he's in Toronto. Holt School of Business, MMS Consulting. Is this in the medical field? No. Lift Resource Centers, Medical Foot Care Center, West Oak Medical. Okay, so he's been in medical for a while. Oh, he's originally from Ottawa. Bachelor of Sciences, Human Kinetics, and then an MBA, Innovation and Strategy. Yeah, no, well spoken. The questions were not softballs that were thrown at him. It was, what about your major competitor that seems to be doing better than you are? Like, yeah, they're doing well, but they're only targeting old people. We're targeting everybody, and they're not looking to expand by buying new clinics. They're instead looking to expand by buying up clinics, optimizing performance inside the clinics themselves. A couple of things that I heard was the massive growth in revenue over the last 2 months is batshit crazy. The fact that over the next year they're looking to take it from about $150 a year per patient to 400% on that. I think that's easily doable. They also had a model there. I can't pull it up directly, but they had a model there for uninsured Americans where you could pay $199 a year to SHG, and you would be able to see telemedicine throughout the year. Now, that's not going to give you hands-on. So if you break a leg or you get a fracture and you actually need hands-on, that's not going to cover that. But as far as telehealth and being able to see a doctor, $199 a year is quite reasonable, right? Like we're talking less than your Netflix to have access to a physician. Isn't TELUS taking over telehealth? For me, the reason why this is appealing is they're pairing telehealth with clinics that have full client bases already. So when they buy up a new health clinic or chain of health clinics, all of those patients that are already at the clinic, they're making these services available to them. If somebody shows up to this physical clinic and says, I don't have insurance, but I need to see a doctor, they can present that telehealth option to them at the physical clinic. The other thing that they demonstrated was the 80-20 rule, where they're seeing 80% of the services are provided currently through telehealth, but only 20% of their revenue is coming through telehealth, which means all of those other big players in telehealth, they're probably seeing reduced income through telehealth, or they're overcharging for it. In either case, it's not good for them. But they're seeing 80% of their revenue come from in-clinic services. So people that have to attend the clinics physically, and them having both and not one or the other is to their benefit for a more robust revenue stream, right? So are they getting some telehealth money? Absolutely. That was SHG. Or if you're in the States, it's SHGFF. Really, really liked what I just heard. Big fan.
God. This is so fucking stupid.
What do you got?
I wish there was a more centralized way I can kind of sweep candidates for DK indicator, but class action against Tresemme. This person just showed a Google of them saying, does Tresemme cause hair loss? And it links to a class action. And it's just, I've been wondering why my head's been so itchy and my hair's been falling out. It's super, super dead. I look it up and it says, oh yeah, we're alleging that Tresemme uses too much DMDM hydrotonin in their shampoo or whatever, right? There is zero fucking reference to the amount that they said they used. And to like, that's the first thing I assumed, right? And then I was like, okay, well, let's see if this is actually true or not, because this person is alleging that it's has formaldehyde and that's harmful to humans, and that's why this person's having a decay in their hair or whatever, all that sort of bullshit. I look through it and I'm just like, oh, that's interesting. DMDM hydrotonin is used in every single fucking cosmetic out there. Because of its antimicrobial properties or whatever, right? Essentially, it's good because it's a small amount, depending on the doses they have, but it prevents stuff like fungus and mold on there from forming on your thing. I was like, okay, so that's what I need to read. So let's see what Google Scholar has. So I look at Google Scholar, and it says, based on from a study in 2014 in the Netherlands, based on the available data included in this report, the expert panel concluded that DMDM hydrotonin is safe as a cosmetic ingredient in the present practices of usage, which is then further cascaded by the this other chemical safety facts thing that's saying that yes, it is, it's an antimicrobial, blah blah, all the stuff that we know about, but it's okay in small doses and small trace dosages, because if you look at the Journal of Toxicology, blah, blah, it does have formaldehyde, but it can be used safely in cosmetics if there are safety limits established. So like, okay, all right. So I went back to the class action. I was just like, okay, well, how much were they using? Were they using the entire fucking bottle on their head?
Yeah.
And even if that was the case, though, like, I'm pretty sure they're not stupid. Like, they're gonna put in just the recommended amount that they have in that shampoo bottle, right? So I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, so this is a frivolous freaking class action lawsuit. I really wish Tresemme was more publicly traded, but if I was a lawyer in this, I would ask a few questions. One, how much Tresemme are you using? And two, are you sure it's not something else in your life that's causing you to lose your fucking hair?
Yeah. Maybe stressing over every little ingredient inside your shit is doing it, maybe. All right, guys, it's been a blast. That was a lot to take in. I do have some notes here as to what you guys want me to change as far as layout. I'll probably ditch the powered by Restream. I'll probably get rid of the chat. I'll fix the resolution on the web browser for you guys so you can see a little better. I will look at getting a watch list to pop up for you guys so you can see a watch list, and I will probably get some kind of leading ticker band on the bottom or top, somewhere so you guys can see what the top movers and losers on the day are. But I will get something up for you at the very least. A watch list. I will try to figure that out for you guys. Remember, tomorrow, guys, I don't stream. It's F Wednesday, so I won't be around. I'm going to send you over to Martini to hang out, though. There we go. I'll be back Thursday, 9 a.m., guys. Don't miss it. I'll be back. I'll see you then. I will be on the morning call tomorrow with Stocky. But for now, enjoy Martini Rita.